We mentioned that there's going to be an official opening of the new Waikanae Support Hub. And I was thinking, well, what is a support hub's all about? And then I saw the word Iride McCloy there, and she's instrumental in getting this Waikanae Support Hub going. So we thought we'd better get her on the telephone line this morning and tell us what it's all about. Good morning, Iride.
Good morning, Nigel.
Yes, this sounds, I said to Marty this morning, sounds like a CAB, but he said, no, it's more extensive than a CAB, a Citizens Advice Bureau. Am I right on that, or is he right on that?
Yes, we are. We're going to work collaboratively with the CAB, with WINS and all the other organisations, but our aim in setting it together was really to establish and operate a support centre and to provide the Waikanae residents with information and advice, which of course the CAB does. But we are working on being more hands-on. We've got several people that are qualified in different fields. We've got one that's very, very experienced in housing. Because of the housing issues we've got here, people that are evicted find themselves homeless. We've got people that are experienced in the social welfare field, and we've also got two people that wish to participate in an advocacy role. So really our aim is to help and support the residents of Waikanae. If we can just park for a moment, Nigel, in reverse. In Waikanae, I realised, particularly after, selling all my business interests, that we were lacking in these services insofar if we looked at Otaki, Paikakariki, Paraparanu, Ramati. They've all got access to these facilities that are very, very much hands-on, not far to go, get on a bus and you're there. In Waikanae, we've got a most wonderful cameo, which is a social pop-in centre, but we do not have anywhere for people who are unable to drive, who are unwell, who become isolated, and if they needed to get in touch with somebody for advice, information and support. So that was the catalyst for me looking at what can we do to address the needs of our community in Waikanae.
So whereabouts are you going to have this facility, Iride?
We're going to have it next to the library.
Oh,
now, in Mahara Place, we've got the library, obviously our lovely library. Excuse me. And next to that, we have a building, and on the other side is Kiss and Baker.
Oh, yes.
And Anzac here is in the front, and then we've got a lovely corridor that goes, and we've got a large space in the back that's very accessible. At the back of the building is a ramp, and if we needed services like working with the community patrol, and you all know, Nigel, living in Waikanae, our police base closed about a year and a little more. So we really have lost a lot of the services there. So this is a stake in the ground, and I have to say, when I contacted the council, I was very, very happy and very, very pleased with the response, particularly from their manager, Tanya Parata, who was very encouraging and supportive. And I thought, the people who are actually involved in trying to make a difference have been very encouraging. And that's what we need when we want to establish something new.
So the demand is both, I suppose, these days in Waikanae from younger people as well as the older community, because we've got a lot of younger people moving in, haven't we?
Absolutely, and because at present we're open on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 2, with regard to the younger people, particularly young families, mothers and fathers who are looking after children and need some help and support, where do they go?
Yes.
So, that they don't have to go out of town, they don't have to go on the road, and hopefully we will be able to address that. So it's definitely across the spectrum with the young families, young people, as we've just mentioned, as well as the retirees. But we're also being able to accommodate people in rest homes and places who are very concerned about their privacy and working on a one-on-one. So that's going to be open, and we're very fortunate that we have our mayor who's going to open it, and we've invited people that are actually involved in setting it up, and of course from there we will, and we've really been in touch with other organisations in Kapiti about coming up. We've been followed up by the Arthritis Society, who've wanted to establish a little group, for example, once a quarter supporters. They'll come up and they will go to the hub, and in the afternoon they will speak to anyone in the community with arthritis. We will also have the Alzheimer's. We will also have the budgetary service. We're working very closely with Dermot at Age Concern, and of course we will work with WINS, and it's just to get the services. It's probably like a conduit. The services will get in touch with the hub, and then the hub will try and address and assist them to have their little meetings there, for example, once a month, and then the hub will have direct contact with the people who will require the services.
So which days are you open there, Iride?
We're open on Tuesdays and Thursdays at this present time from 10 to 2.
Okay.
And we're looking at putting together a list of people that we would love to have as volunteers.
Yes.
So we're looking at all age groups, and if people could give us 2 hours a week, say from 10 to 12 or 12 to 2. And once we've put this roster together, we will be open the 5 days a week.
So once you're up and running, which is from this Wednesday by the looks of it, is it a free service?
Yes, it is. It's a free service. People won't have to pay. But if we're involved in an advocacy role or something like that, or something similar, then if there's a cost, the cost will be for the individual, but it won't be for us. So our services will be entirely free, and we will be doing a fundraising exercise, Nigel, because obviously we would have to pay the overheads and that. We would like to have a position for a manager, to have a paid manager there. And then from there we will have the appropriate people who will be in charge of the actual facility, the rosters, and all the requirements. And of course, once we're established, we would also look at training the volunteers to make sure that the information we give and all the services are able to contact us to make sure that our clients will get the best service we can offer.
So how do we contact you should they want to offer their time?
If they would like to offer their time, we've got a phone, we have an email, we've got 2 computers connected with Wi-Fi. We've done all the preliminary work that we needed to do, because we do want to encourage people not only to come in and use our services, but to actually assist us in making a difference to the community. Like, we live in the community for a long time, and we get to the stage now, excuse me, what can we give the community back? So our phone number is
Yes.
38890.
38890, yes.
And our email is Waikanae Hub.
Waikanae Hub, all one word?
Yes.
Yep.
At outlook.com.
At outlook.com.
And really, you know, our aim really that we're going to sort of, our mission statement is helping local communities to help local people, and that's what we're all about. And you know, Nigel, and you've been involved in a lot of organisations, and you've been a wonderful support. It's really offering support with hands-on, impartial, confidential and independent, and we would love to have, even you, if you've got 2 hours to give us in the week to assist us to be the best in Waikanae.
Good on you. Okay, so if anybody wants to go along to the official opening, can they do that, just to have a look around?
If they, yes, of course. Particularly if they can ring us and let us know so that we can be prepared. It's a large venue, but you know, we will have to have limited numbers at that time,
Sure.
But of course they'll be able to come in after the official opening, and we want to encourage as many people as possible. And they can also pop in, Nigel, on a Tuesday and a Thursday between 10 and 2.
10 and 2. Iride, sounds fascinating. We might contact you again after the opening or a couple of weeks after, just to see how things are going and remind people about it too.
That'll be lovely, Nigel, and we'd look forward to see yourself and Corin and all of the Beach FM team there.
I might just have to put it onto the BBC and go from there. That's the only way I'll get there on Wednesday.
All right then,
Thanks,
Nigel.
Iride.